Hey guys, my name's Louise and I'm a heavy vehicle and plant mechanic trainer and assessor and a life coach. This is episode 4 in my series being Tradie. So now we're going to be talking about something that was like a bit of a continuation from episode 3. So this time we're going to be talking about, your knowledge base and the pressure that we put on ourselves to know everything once we become qualified. So generally, you do your 4-year apprenticeship, you turn tradie, yep, cool, my official learning time is over. So now I shouldn't have to ask any questions and I should just be, out there smashing it. But that is not the case. The pressure that we put on ourselves to know everything can really affect our mental health and, cause a lot of anxiety about asking questions and being like, oh shit, if I ask someone a question, then they're not going to think I'm good enough to be qualified, etc., etc. So going back to the mechanical industry, because that's where I'm from, the example of there are so many machines. There are so many makes, so many sizes, so many different systems. Like, God, the list goes on and on forever. And every now and then I discover a brand name that I didn't even know of that pops up out of the blue, and I was like, shit, I call myself I'm a technician, I'm a trainer, should I know that? Oh shit. And then I look back and I'm like, you know what? I know a fair bit. I've learned and I've absorbed and I know a lot, and it's impossible to know everything. Think endless names of brand machine. Each machine has a different system. Each machine has a different computer interface. They're not only just painted different colors. There are a lot of similarities, but there are also a lot of differences. And there's off-road, on-road, on-highway, mining, construction, small equipment, ag. There are so many different, that's not even going into light vehicle and motorbikes and small, everything's got its little differences, and you're not expected to know everything off the top of your head. Are you a computer? Do you have a photographic memory? If you do, let me know how you do it, because definitely not something that I have. But the main thing is that you stay open-minded with a growth mindset. So the biggest roadblock that you'll come across is thinking that you should know everything and thinking that you do know everything. So when you think that you do know everything, it really limits your ability to absorb new information and have that growth mindset. If you are putting heaps of pressure on yourself because you think you should know everything, your anxiety is going to cause you to make a few mistakes, to really doubt yourself, slow down your job times. And it's unnecessary anxiety is not fun. It's not something that is super enjoyable. So, if it's something that you're going through now, remember that it's totally okay to ask questions. Some mistakes can be expensive, and if you can just quickly ask the question, and then you got that piece of information, you store it in the back of your head, you write it down in your folder of tricks and tips if you have one. If you don't have one, I would recommend it because it really does help with not having a photographic memory if you've got a book of tips and tricks. And, just keep open-minded, keep growing. Once you finish your apprenticeship, you might not be formally learning, but you're always learning. Everyone is always learning. And even if you might have a trade that might not change very often, like mechanical does, where it upgrades and all the time, electrical, everything's always improving. I know I've been told that carpentry doesn't really upgrade that much, the style, the way that you do the joins and all that kind of thing. But are you going to remember how to do every single joint perfectly off the top of your head for every different angle and every different situation and, every different house design? It is literally impossible. That's why you have plans, because plans are pretty much your revision. All right? So don't stress. You're not supposed to know everything. No one knows everything. And if they do, they probably know less because they're preventing themselves from absorbing more information. All right, guys. So if you're anxious, please talk to someone. Remember, it's okay to ask questions, even if you are qualified. And have that growth mindset. Absorb information. Ask questions. We keep on growing. Okay, guys? If you want to work with me, please send me a DM, comment below. If you've got any feedback as well. All right, guys, keep on smashing it.